seen a play like that in forever. This is just fantastic. No, we're just actually kidding. We had some technical difficulties. We're back. It's been a fantastic game so far, though. Nail biter. We have had Jesus actually sitting here on the edge of his seat, fingers almost to his knuckles. He's chewing so hard on those nails.
Yeah, we had the last jam ending with 30 seconds left on the clock. There was an official review. Score sits 2-2-2 to 2-5-9 in favor of Red Rockin' Rollers, with Red Rockin' with two blockers in the penalty box. Let's see if we're going to get one more jam out of this after this official review. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but if you want things to run a lot smoother, head on over to CanuckDerbyTV.com and click on the donate button. Credit cards in your hand. Just kidding. We do this because we love everybody in the roller derby community.
And you know what? If you love us here at Canuck Derby TV, you should be telling your friends about us. Spread the word. We're live and we're free all weekend, only on Canuck Derby TV. Pop onto Facebook and Twitter. Get those words out.
Definitely. And it looks like we're going to get one more jam here, folks. 36 seconds left on the game clock here.
This jam is for all the marbles.
All the marbles, yes, bye. I tell you, if the 709s win, we all might just might be getting screeched in.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Rainbow goes. She goes to take off on the outside. She's your lead jammer. Finds that hole on the inside. Big hit. Unbelievable, folks. Bonnie and Collide hits Rainbow. Team timeout called. It's not over yet. Wilson is just fired up here. That is a well-dressed man with nice glasses and beard. A man after my own heart.
It's true. Facial hair seems to play a very important part in the world of roller derby.
It's true. And just in the world of the world in general. Interesting fact, what do you call a man without a beard?
Not sure.
A woman.
Oh.
Just kidding, sort of. All right, Shreddy Crocker, our head ref for this game, is saying that the team timeout should be over here. Lime is listening to the sounds of silence as we get one more jam here. It's gone and going. C3PO Bonnie. I don't even know who's playing right now. Rainbow Fight. She's your lead jammer once again.
Oh, and is that a power jam?
It's a power jam. Unbelievable. This could turn the tides. It is electric. It's crazy in here. I am literally on the edge of my seat. Beautiful, unbelievable hit by Rainbow. But she gets sent. No.
She is being sent to the penalty box by the head ref.
Shreddy Crocker said it hit her in the face after some contestant with the jammer, Vigilante. This could have been a game changer, folks. This was unbelievable. Rainbow is out of the penalty box already. She hops over a down skater.
Had a whole pack go down on that one.
Unbelievable here, folks. Everyone is going crazy.
They are not holding anything back.
This is beyond for all the marbles.
Rainbow throws a solid hit into Bonnie and Collide.
Rainbow took more hits than Google in this game tonight from Bonnie and Collide. Rainbow finds hole on the outside. She gets through again. Tipsy knocks out the jammer for Red Rock. Grand slam for Rainbow. 269 to 242 right now for the Red Rock. This is it. Rainbow is just taking a beating. Finds that hole on the inside again. Cattle Prod heading to the penalty box where she'll finish out this game.
They may not be taking it, but they're definitely putting up the biggest fight at the end here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the crowd is on their feet here, as are the both teams. This was an unbelievable fought game. We are waiting for the official review and the score. As it sits right now, 272 to 249. That's for the Red Rock and Roller Derby League.
Going to be a lot of love on this this celebratory lineup here.
Unbelievable.
This is quality derby, folks.
Yes, there's the love. That's the 709 All-Stars. There's the Red Rock and Rollers waiting for their victory. We are just waiting for the official review, folks. If you like what you've been seeing, send us your viewing photos. CanuckDerbyTV@gmail.com.
They can be of you. They can be of all your friends that you've had over to enjoy this.
All
and
your
party
cats.
of cats.
Your party of cats, if you're Bob Noxious. Free Bob Noxious's cats.
Yeah. Possibly in one of those lovely little inflatable boats from Salter Watercraft.
Yeah, I hear they're the highest quality of inflatable boats at the most affordable prices.
If you want to find out more, your best bet is check out their website, salterboat.com.
Sounds like a plan. Folks, this is an unbelievable game. This has been the game of the weekend so far. You thought the excitement between Halifax and Capital City Rollers was on the edge of your seat, nail biter. This has been just as insane.
Just as tight. I mean, the first half was almost neck and neck the entire time. Tied basically every time I was taking a look at it.
And the reason that we haven't called an end to this game, folks, is we're waiting for the official score review from the scorekeepers and for the head ref to announce that is, in fact, the end of the game.
Just doing some math, double checking here.
Referee math is just as tricky as announcer math and often needs to be double and triple checked.
And when you've got those 20 white away jerseys being provided by Pivot Star to the winner, you want to make sure every digit counts.
That's right, because those jerseys are worth $900. And we got to thanks Lulu at pivotstar.com for those.
Now, if you're not playing here and you still want to check out their new lineup of away jerseys, make sure you check out their website, pivotstar.com.
Red Rock and Rollers getting ready for their victory. The Shreddy Crocker discussion with calling you out. Monsieur and Shimmy Shocker.
Serious Shreddy looking serious.
I'm sure Shreddy looks nervous due to that last call there that he gave that made the upset of the game. Called a penalty on Rainbow Fight as she had the power jam, claiming that she hit the skater in the face. There was some contention there between the two referees, between Shreddy Crocker and Vigilante Banshee, but Shreddy is the head ref of the game.
That's the big thing you got to remember a lot in this. Whatever the ref says goes.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden he walked over and said, announcers win Purple Fire Truck to Red Posies, he's technically right.
It's true. Well, and here we have Halifax hopping down onto the track. That's Big Bopper, and that's Sebastian Bach as well. They're there to do some congratulatory thank yous to the winning team.
We can also see a few of the Shipyard Sirens hanging around down there. Everybody likes to get out and celebrate.
That's one of the beautiful things about roller derbies. At the end of the game, everyone comes out for the thank you and just cheers on the winners and the losers.
Except us, because we're hanging out here on the microphone.
That's true,
with
because
you guys.
Coach Lime looking pretty pleased with himself and his team. And there's the 709s. Wilson looking serious. It looks like it's business time for him.
Hey,
look at us. Yeah, we're pretty. Send in your pictures, everyone, because otherwise you're going to have to sit looking at me. And that's the official 271 to 264.
It's official, folks.
Unbelievable. Great game skated by the Red Rock and Roller Derby from Prince Edward Island. Amazing, hard-fought battle from 709 All-Stars.
It's always a blast watching the 709 girls go, but I mean, we're seeing the Red Rock and Rollers really stepping things up here.
Oh, unbelievable. A 7-point difference for the win.
Just unreal.
Fantastic job. Don't forget, guys, coming up at 6 p.m.,
we're going to have the Muddy River Rollers and the Daisy Cutters.
That's right. Fredericton versus Moncton. We got the Lumber Smacks versus the Daisy Cutters. Definitely a game to tune into.
And don't forget, the 709s are going to be back.
And I'm Jesus Takes the Wheels.
And I am Doc Rogers. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you stay tuned. We got more great Derby action coming up a little later today.
It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about roller derby.
Oh, hi, I'm ZZ Slop with Fog City Rollers, and you're watching Canuck Derby TV.
It's not true.
Oh, hi, I'm ZZ Slop with Fog City Rollers, and you're watching Canuck Derby TV.
It's not true. Love respects. Woo!
You may be wondering what those little dash lines are all around the track. Those are just quick ones.
Strong gets through, gets the point, taps her hips to call up the jam.
Evil Jammer is named as lead jammer. First one through the pack without incurring any penalties is the lead jammer.
Saturday morning, 1:45. A movie that reminded me of you. It would be 99 minutes at least until my heart rate slowed. I got some sleep, but those buxom girls on the silver screen became you and danced in my dreams. I was happy to see Jane Russell go, and your entrance simply stole the show. It's no secret that you are a showgirl at heart, and mine was taken the moment you began to play your part. If I wake up without you with your song in my head, will I still smell your scent all over my bed? Will you be just in the wings or chauffeured away? Are you just getting your things, or never with attention in some backstage alleyway? You gracefully enchant with those incendiary eyes, nearly set the scenery aflame as you dance by. And when you took to the air, it was the trick of the light. I held my breath and I felt you take flight. But your critics scrutinized with guide-wise pins. I jumped to my feet and led your standing ovation. If I wake up without you with your song in my head, with your body a spotlight still heat in my bed, will your voice be an echo, a warm in my ear? Will you be off at some gala on your way here? Will you be shunning your doors to find your way back, or drinking it all to feeling something you lack? Will you be buried on Broadway or here on the Rodney Bay? If I can attract some spotlight, then you'll promise to stay. Can I take your coat, love, maybe get you a train? 'Cause my attention's fleeting and Sunday you think, well, if I seem like a doormat, well, you can just wipe your feet. I know that you're busy, and half the people meet so I'll just go back to sleep. Maybe I'll get you on stage in my dreams. Television still on, showed some syndicated faces, smiles drawn on, mine was true, still applauding you.
Oh, hi, I'm ZZ Slop with Fog City Rollers, and you're watching Canuck Derby TV.
It's not true.
Here we are at Kane's Harley Diner, the original location of Kane's Harley Davidson dealership here in Calgary, Alberta. Let's go see what's cooking. Here we are standing on what was once the showroom floor of Kane's Harley Davidson, now the only diner of its kind in Canada, and I'm joined by the manager, Erin Lind. Would you mind taking us on a little bit of a tour?
I would love to.
Let's do it.
This is obviously from the shop, and we try to switch it up a couple of times a year, something nice for the window, people who walk by.
What is the Fat Boy Challenge?
Fat Boy Challenge, it's 16 ounces of hamburger, and good luck trying to get through it, but each one of these people have.
Oh my God. You've got bacon, you've got beer, you've got motorcycles, all in the same room.
And good-looking women.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. You even have restrooms.
We even have restrooms. What do you know?
So I've been made aware there's a couple of special guests that are part of this building known as extraterrestrials or ghosts or something of that nature. What's going on with that?
There's a few ghosts here. I believe one of them used to work at the dealership way back in the day, probably in the early 50s. Hey.
Let's do the basement.
We're in the basement.
It's usually the only room people let me in. Here we go. I may not come back. You may appreciate that. Goodness. It is not meant for people that are of normal height. So far, it's not very spooky. Oh, wow. God, does just one person eat one of those, or is that something you share with a family of 4?
Hey, this is exactly where my staff has seen the ghost, standing right by this vault door with his arms crossed like this.
I'm getting chills. I think it's time to go back to the dining room. That wraps it up for us here at Kane's Harley Diner. Make sure this is one of the stops that you make next time you're in Calgary, Alberta. Great food, friendly people, and a really unique history, all under one roof. Here we are standing on the showroom floor of Kane's Harley Davidson as it stands today. And I'm joined by my friend John Curry. And if it's cool with you, I'd love to take a tour of the classic Harley Davidson collection.
Absolutely, let's do it. Here we have a 1942 4.5. It's a civilian version of the Army bike. Now we have an Electra Glide, an older classic Electra Glide, one of the most popular bikes in the 50s and 60s. This bike here is from the 30s. It's one of the old kickstart bikes, Springer front end, classic bike.
Right on. Well, thanks for showing us some of your classic bikes here. That's going to wrap it up for us here at Kane's Harley Davidson, where you can find everything new and classic.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming into the 5th game today in the Slay of Fun Day 2 right here in, tropical stormy style St. John. With me today, we've got Creepshow. How you doing today, man?
Hey, pretty good. It's been a pretty wild thing so far.
Yeah, no, we've seen some really intense games. The past 2 games we've had here, we had, 709 and the Red Rock and Rollers. That was a close game decided by only 7 points, and really a penalty in the very last jam. It was just intense. I'm still a little vibrating from it.
Oh, everyone in here probably is. The crowd just went bananas at every moment in that last jam.
And, I mean, we had a fairly close game just before that. Who did we have there? It was the Daisy Cutters and the Halifax Harbor Grudges. That was another really tight game. And I think we're going to see another really good game. We've got the Daisy Cutters here in black going up against the Muddy River Rollers. These guys have come up against each other quite a few times. We haven't seen the current lineup that Fredericton's throwing out there versus the Muddy River Rollers. Generally, the Muddy River Rollers are the victors in this, but we've been seeing a lot of changes this weekend. And this bout being brought to you by Pivot Star. These guys, I love the new team uniforms. Make sure you check them out. Check out pivotstar.com. One of the cool things about this competition is they are going to be giving away an entire team set of 20 white away jerseys to the victors of the Slay of Fun Day. So it looks like we're going to be kicking things off here. Looks like, who do we got up on the line there, Creepshow? Is that Tootsie Valentino?
Yeah, you betcha. Tootsie Valentino, number 8.
And it looks like we got Lil Missy Missile, number 1859, for the Capital City Rollers.
And there they go. It's a tough grind for Missy Missile in the back, but no, both jammers are getting a real hard time.
No, you're seeing a lot of solid defense right off the hop.
But that's it. Number 8, Valentino, is broken out. She is ready to score some points.
Nice part about this is we've got 2 teams coming in. This is their second game of the day. Both worked right in, so it should be interesting.
And a lap for Valentino. Missy Missile still hasn't made her initial pass yet. That defense has just given her a real rough ride. I think probably the interesting thing about this bout is it's for all the marbles in the B pool. Whoever wins this one goes on to have a crack at the championships, whereas the loser was going to have to settle for the 3rd or 4th game.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting tomorrow. Those championship games running 11 to 3 tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for them. We're not quite sure the lineups yet, but it's going to be good.
Valentino pulling another lap out. Missy Missile still stuck. She is looking pretty tired there. Well, there we go. She has no. Wow, that defense from the Daisy Cutters is really giving them a hard time. What are they going to do to break out of this one? Wow, you'd think this was a power jam the way it's going. It looks that way from the outside. Valentino's finally been sat down and held up. And that's the end of that jam.
So we definitely saw some interesting stuff there. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a tight, well, I wouldn't say tight game, but it looks like we're going to see a lot of heavy defense in this game.
Well, with both teams having played a game and both being pretty tired, that comes as no surprise. It's not going to be about jetting off into the sunset here. It's going to be about making sure the other team doesn't take you.
Oh, most definitely. They're going to be. They're definitely not going to be taking it easier on here. This is both of their last games for today, so they're going to be pulling out all the stops.
Burnin' Rubber there takes a lead jam for the Lumbersmacks once again. They're starting out pretty strong.
Burnin' Rubber, one of the higher point scorers in the area. Definitely a very, very strong jammer.
Missy Missile is usually no slouch, but her replacement here, Kilpatrick, is also having Epileptic is having a real hard time.
Yeah. We saw Vintage Virginia take out Burnin' Rubber there just a little bit earlier. Some solid defense work on that one, knocking her out of bounds.
And Epileptic again getting recycled to the back of the pack. She has made her initial pass, but is not ready to score yet.
No, and it looks like she came in just a little early on that and grabbed herself a cutting penalty. She is heading to the box.
Oh, just in time to start a fresh jam, too. So there's going to be a fresh jammer for the Lumbersmacks out there. Looks like 50 cal Sniper to take this power jam.
Yeah, Snipers is going to be enjoying this power jam. This is really where those strong, big leads are made. See Epileptic sitting there in the penalty box.
The Sniper certainly showed what she could do in the earlier game today. Let's see if she can take it off again.
Sniper. Oh, her announcer was calling her Sniper. Yeah, Sniper.
Looks like we've got ourselves an official timeout. We'll let you know the official results of the official timeout as soon as we are officially told by our officials. Now, folks, if you're at home, you're having yourself a little viewing party, we want those pictures from your viewing party. Send them in to us at CanuckDerbyTV@gmail.com. And you know what? While you're at it, why not post those photos up on Facebook and tell your friends to tune in to Canuck Derby TV to see it as well. And it looks like that cut penalty on Epileptic has been overturned. We will not have a power jam on this one.
And that is an unusual turn of events. You don't see penalties overturned all that often.
It's very rare that a ref will rescind a call.
So that looks like, oh yeah, the pain train. The pain train is coming out for the Daisy Cutters. See if she can face off and make that last jam up.
Well, she's definitely pushing like a freight train, driving the Muddy River Rollers forward.
But it's not enough. The Lumbersmacks once again have come up with the lead jam. That's the 50 cal Snipers taking that. Oh, and it looks like a penalty for Pain Train. Maybe this one will stick. So that leaves the Lumbersmacks once again power jamming, and the Snipers is going to take full advantage.
Snipers getting pushed around, but that's the thing. Snipers does not require a lot of footprint on the track to keep herself upright and getting through that pack.
Well, that's true. She has made a name for herself in just getting that one skate on the ground through, and away she goes. And that's another pass for her right there, another batch of 5 points.
Yep. She really can take those inches they give her and turn them into full-size miles.
Yeah, true
or
enough.
grand slams in this case.
True enough. And there, another one where she just hesitates a moment and then away she goes. 5 more points.
This is bringing them up to 50-0 in favor of the Muddy River Rollers.
Well, a little bit of pushing. They caught her up there, but a little help from her blockers is making sure the Snipers makes it through every time. It's not just up to her. She's getting a lot of help from her team.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people focus really heavy on the jammers. The blockers are where most of the game is. If you've got a good pack of blockers, your jammer should never even get touched.
Yeah, and a little bit better work from the Daisy Cutters blockers. They hold her up but cannot hold her back. Another lap for her and another batch of points. Here she is approaching again, and that's the end of that jam. So who do they field? Well, little Missy Missile is coming right back up again. She is definitely not going to take that first jam lying down.
No, and it looks like we've got Tootsie Valentino. She has done fantastic all day today. I can only see that trend continuing.
Well, it's the same matchup they had for the first jam. They're definitely looking for a different result on the Daisy Cutters side. But I'm afraid they're not going to get it. Valentino has broken out one more time. She's got a big, hard lead.
We're seeing a lot of bumps and knocking around at the front of the pack.
That's right, plenty of abuse for Missy Missile, but I think she's got out of the engagement zone now.
Yeah, she had Liz Naylor on her quite heavy there.
And she's about to be lapped, so you better believe she's trying to make some speed now. She breaks into the pack, Valentino to the inside, Missile to the outside. And a whole lot of skating out of bounds. Leaves Missile, no, still pushing, but she's got a pair to fight against. And Valentino calls it off.
And with that, that puts the Capital City Rollers on the board. It's only 2 points, but it is a start.
Yeah, they're going to want every point they can get. Brennan Rubber is stepping back out to the track here. She also made a really big impression in the earlier game. So let's see if she can make some ground here.
And if you want to make a big impression on your teammates with some fancy custom skates, check out Bad Girlfriend Skates this weekend only. If you order by Monday, you can get 50% off custom Antics or Rydell skates. That's badgirlfriendskates.com.
Burnin' Rubber breaking out once again, so that's another lead jam for the Lumbersmacks. They are not making it easy for the Daisy Cutters. Well, the Daisy Cutters wall is holding up reasonably well on that pass. Well, until she breaks free. It's amazing how they can suddenly turn a wall of people into just thin air and go through it.
It doesn't take a lot to just add a little bit of confusion and just basically make that wall dissipate.
Epileptic put down to the ground once again. She is getting spun around time after time. This is not her jam. Burnin' Rubber, a quick inside and out to take another lap.
You can definitely see Epileptic wearing down a little bit. Those heavy hits aren't what kills you. It's getting run back, really. I swear, for every run back you get, you may as well have done another full-fledged lap.
Undoubtedly. And Burnin' Rubber is not going backwards in any sense of the word. She is just making it look so easy out there. Yeah. Kaboom! But a big block puts her down on the ground. It's not enough to keep her from making points.
But it is enough to send one of the Daisy Cutters to the penalty box. Looks like we had Edith Path heading to the penalty box for the Capital City Rollers.
Well, that's going to be a big loss. Acadian Axelbrod forces the Lumbersmacks jammer off to the side, and that forces her to call off that jam. And who are we seeing them send back out? Well, the Snipers, of course.
And it looks like we've got...
the Pain Train. I believe the Pain Train is going to be jamming for the Daisy Cutters.
My illiteracy kicking up there. I can't read the names.
A lot of dancing there. Pain Train's up on her toe stops. But it looks like the 50 cal might take this one. Yep, there she is. She breaks out.
She got that inch on the outside and just took it.
Yeah, the Daisy Cutters' defensive play is just not holding her back one little bit.
Very, very, very strong and very powerful skater.
Black Eyed Candy is usually one of the more reliable blockers for them. She's out there right now, but is not able to hold them back even with the help of her line mates. And here comes 50 Cal doing another lap.
There we go.
There we go. A successful one. Who was that? That was 78. That's Sneaky Cat recycling the jammer all the way to the back.
That was a good run back, and that's definitely going to help the Capital City Rollers.
Absolutely. 50 Cal calls that one off. She knows she's not going to make another lap without giving up a bunch of points when she gets hit like that.
Definitely a rough jam for them there. Looks like we got Little Missy Missile stepping up to the line again, and if I'm not mistaken, that's Tootsie Valentino right beside her.
Well, both coaches seem to be interested in making this matchup, so they're going to keep making it.
Missy Missile is usually pretty slick to move to the in or out.
Well, she usually launches right off the line like a rocket, no pun intended. But the resistance that she's feeling from Moncton, like, look at that. Just knocking her around like a pinball.
Yeah, absolutely. Both jammers having a hard time getting through, but once again, it is the Lumber Smacks making that lead jam position.
It really more and more starts to resemble a mosh pit at a Slayer concert.
Well, isn't that why we call it the Slay of Fundy? Missy Missile breaks out. She is going to try and catch up on this lap and make some points. Valentino, meanwhile, is virtually unmolested going around the entire track. Oh, a slick inside to outside move. She makes her 4 points and kills that jam.
Lucky when she called it off there, the Fredericton blocker nearly cleaned her clock at that point. Brilliant contact point, but just a little too late.
Yeah, we have seen that a couple of times, jammers being hit while they're trying to call it off, and it's always when they're not looking and they're not ready for the hit. It can get dangerous.
Most definitely.
So here we're seeing Epileptic up against Burnin' Rubber once again. Let's see if Epileptic can pull a little bit more out of her bag. Black-Eyed Candy is taking it down, but she's going to bridge for a recycle on the Lumberjacks jammer. Is it enough to get the Daisy Cutters their first lead jam? No, it is not. Burnin' Rubber lives up to her name, makes a full lap. She may not realize just how close the Daisy Cutters jammer is in pursuit, though. Or maybe she does. She kills that one pretty quick.
Now, you may be seeing all kinds of great action here, but we're not seeing all kinds of great action where you are. We want to see all the pictures from your viewing parties. You want to send them in to us? Send them to CanuckDerbyTV@gmail.com. And don't forget to tell your friends about us. Spread the word on Twitter and Facebook. And don't forget, hashtag SlayAFunday2.
Here's the Pain Train. She's jamming for the Daisy Cutters, but she is not getting through that defensive line. Meanwhile, we have once again the lead jammer from the Lumber Smacks. That's 50 cal one more time. Oh, as a matter of fact, it looks like the Pain Train has been called for a penalty. I'm not sure I caught what that was for.
I didn't quite catch it myself either. Pretty quick there, though.
Either way, this is a power jam for the Sniperess, and she is going to take every single point she can get. Very much like trying to catch a greased pig out there, you know. These jammers can really just slide through anything.
Well, and that's the big thing. Being a jammer, you got to get a lot of support from your teammates. But the biggest thing is you've got to be able to squeeze through those small spots.
Which is exactly what the Sniperess does. She makes another full lap. Now, you'll notice she comes in, she doesn't always go through with full speed. In fact, most of the time she turns around, kind of makes a bit of a booty block as she comes into the pack.
Well, that there would be what they call a tomahawk stop. It's a good way to dump speed real quick. Because you don't want to come in very hot, because if somebody moves just ever so slightly, you end up back blocking, and we're flipping this power jam.
True enough. And you do not want to give up your power jam in order to send one away.
And it looks like we've got Epileptic back into this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's
Pain Train.
Pain Train
back on the track. Still not having a lot in the way of success, but 50 cal is also being slowed a little bit.
She is definitely putting her all into it, though.
There we go. The Pain Train breaks out. And that causes the Sniperess to call the jam off. She is not going to be giving anything away this time.
You know who is giving something away, though?
Who is giving something away?
Well, to the winners of the Slay of Fun Day is going to receive an entire set of white away jerseys valued at over $900 from Pivot Star.
That is pretty slick.
I know. I want to be playing in this game. It's going to be coming from their new line of uniforms. You can check all that stuff out at pivotstar.com. Big thanks to Lulu for helping us out with that.
Tootsie Valentino out to jam for the Lumber Smacks, but she's getting held up a little bit. Is it enough for Missy Missile to come and take that lead jam? No, it is not. The defensive line once again keeping the Missile suppressed. The way that defensive line is working, they should probably be called an ABM system. Oh, crash. Down goes Valentino, and she has to cycle back. It's a short cycle, though. The Daisy Cutters are more worried about making sure their jammer gets through.
We're seeing a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving.
Even where the jammers are not, the engagement zone is still the engagement zone.
Both teams really trying to establish their territory on this track.
Valentino brought down to the ground, and that's where she's going to call it off from.
We're sitting at just over 12 minutes left in this half. We're looking at 145-10 in favor of the Muddy River Rollers.
Burning Rubber out to take it for the Lumber Smacks again.
And it looks like we've got Broken Jones up on the line for the Capital City Rollers.
Well, that's a new jammin' face. I do not believe they've fielded her as a jammer yet today.
No, and you know what? I have never seen her fielded as a jammer yet. So definitely nice to see some new blood up on the jam line.
Well, she's certainly not doing any worse than her previous jammers. Definitely being given a hard time. So that leaves Burning Rubber with the lead jam once again, and I believe she's made a lap. No, not quite, but getting close.
And it looks like Broken Jones driving the Muddy River Rollers right to the edge of the engagement zone.
Oh, a big jammer-on-jammer hitter, and Burning Rubber lays out her enemy, and away she goes. That was a pretty spectacular hit.
We're seeing a lot of people eating cement out there. Oh!
Just like that. Burning Rubber brought down, but she gets right back up. Unlike Killer Watts got the worst of that, and there may be an injury on the track. We're going to end this jam and find out what's going on.
Looks like we may be getting a penalty issued here as well. We'll let you know more about that in just a moment.
Killer Watts definitely shaken up. She is on her skates, but is not looking like she's too comfortable there.
But she skated off, folks. Little wobbly, but it looks like she'll be all right.
Yeah, those nice people from St. John's Ambulance are going to be taking care of her.
Yeah, it's great to have them here. Terrible to have to use them.
Absolutely. But invaluable. And a number of players that have been down very hard today have come back to play again.
Well, St. John Ambulance has had no shortage of need here today.
Everybody's still on their knees while they work out exactly what the wounding is and whether there's going to be a penalty called.
Looks like things are rolling back along here. A little ref powwow going on there, though.
So it does look like there's going to be a penalty to the Lumber Smacks, the Muddy River Rollers, that is. But it is not to their jammer, so it's still Epileptic and the 50 cal Snipers facing off jam to jam. Sniperess bumping into her opponent right away, but she is forced out and cycled back a long ways. That's Penetrator taking her way back. Unfortunately, Epileptic is not being able to take advantage of the situation as much as she'd like.
Well, the issue is she's coming up against a lot of defense. Oh, and they let her go. This is the first lead jammer that CCR has picked up this game.
And that is mostly thanks to 2 cycles back from Penetrator. Epileptic making the pass through the pack. She is brought down. and calls it off right there. She made a couple of points on that pass.
If you can get a couple of points and call it off, it's definitely a good jam.
It beats the heck out of a kick in the teeth, which unfortunately you get both sometimes doing this.
It's never pleasant.
So Tootsie Valentino stepping back up to the jam line for the Lumber Smacks.
Looks like we got Ida Parth making her debut on the jam line this game.
She pulled a penalty as a blocker a little earlier. Let's see if she can do a little better as a jammer. And indeed, she's right in the pack, but it's not enough to outrace Valentino. Valentino has been spectacular so far this game. Edith Paff does not have the lead jam, but she has managed to pull a penalty, a forearms penalty.
That would be on Knocker Walker. I don't know why I like that name, Knocker Walker. I think it's because it reminds me of Fozzie, you know, Waka Waka. Knocker Waka.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
That or the sound Pac-Man makes.
I'm sure that's the better interpretation, for sure. Valentino taking it a little easier. She's still wanting to make points, but she is not going quite as hard as she was those first few. She's settling into a good rhythm. Edith Paff, on the other hand, little pushing, little shoving, and she makes it through another pass. Points all around. Both teams forming up to receive the jam.
But it's called off.
You bet Valentino felt like a little rest. I'm sure she deserves it. Vernon Rubber's going to come back out to replace her. And who is it that the or the Daisy Cutters are fielding? Well, it's the Pain Train. Pain Train up against Vernon Rubber. Which vehicle is going to take this one, do you think?
You know, I'm saying Pain Train definitely deserves one, but it looks like we've got ourselves an official timeout. We see the coaches for the the Daisy Cutters having a little discussion there. We're getting a general ref call in. We'll let you know what's going to go on during this official time out as soon as we're officially told about the official results of said official timeout.
There's definitely been a fair bit of confusion from time to time during this bout. The referees do have a hard job. They got to sort this stuff out, and I do not envy them that job one little bit.
There are very few jobs I envy in the world of Derby, and ref is quite possibly the one that goes all the way to the bottom of the list. There's only one that's slightly below that, and that's the person who had to clean all of this lovely venue we're in here today. That's a terrible job, but ref, at least I get to skate.
True enough. And the venue is a lovely one too. It's not the most spectacular arena you've ever seen, but it is by far not the worst either.
No, it actually has a long history of roller derby as well. Back in the 60s and 70s, there were quite a few games right here in the LBR.
Oh, back in the bad old days, eh?
You got it, man. You got it.
And they're a big supporter of the current day incarnation of roller derby as well.
Most
they
definitely
have been given a home to the teams here for 3 years now.
Yeah, this I do believe is our third full season. And I mean that would be here at the Lord Beaverbrook Rink right here in St. John, New Brunswick. And if you're just tuning in, you're looking at the Capital City Rollers going up against the Muddy River Rollers. So we got two rollers on track here today, and that's going to be at the Sleigh of Fun Day right here in St. John, New Brunswick.
Big advantage for the Lumber Smacks, but you know it can be turned around. A few good jams, a few power jams can make all the difference, and the Daisy Cutters are the kind of team that can do that if the opportunity is afforded to them.
Just an official review that they had to clear up some whatever you call it.
Just getting word on what the official review is officially reviewing. Definitely a lot of opinions there. So if you're watching this, well, we want you to return the favor. If you can send pics of your viewing party, send them in to canuckderbytv@gmail.com and spread the word. Tell your friends. We want to hear what you're watching us on.
All right, and we have a little bit of an official update from the officials. You can see that powwow. Shreddy Crocker came over and gave us a bit of an update there. It looks like they were clearing up a couple of penalties. There were some questions about some things on the penalty tracking, as well as there is some questions on a call that they may be issuing. I was told it may be something to do with a hit after the whistle, so we'll let you know if and when that penalty is issued and for who.
A non-call that might be called. That's always an interesting one. A little bit more common than having a call overturned, but not that much.
No, it looks like Shreddy Crocker's broken off, and he's coming over to let us know what's going on. We'll tell you as soon as he tells us.
Now, the guy that you're not seeing there is Lime. He has been wearing a lot of coaching shirts today. He lends his support wherever a team needs him, and he's got quite a few skills as a coach. So we've seen him out by the refs quite a bit today, haven't we?
We have, and we're also, we've just been informed, we've got Plowerchild picking up that penalty for hitting after the whistle. It was also while she was on her way to the penalty box. She will be serving an additional minute for that.
Oh my, that's going to be one she's going to want back.
That's the thing, this game is won or lost almost on penalties alone. Can't score points if you're not on the track.
True enough, but we got two jammers out here at least, and I think that actually brings them to even blocking strike? No, big 4-2 blocking favor for the Daisies. They may be able to capitalize.
Hopefully they can make up some of that lost ground they've got. So it looks like we got the Pain Train and Burning Rubber up there.
You bet. Pain Train has given a good hard try at making that hole shot. Both jammers being forced off the track multiple times, but yes, it's Pain Train with their second lead jam.
And it looks like Pain Train is on a power jam, folks. Burning Rubber heading to the box.
On a cutting penalty, of course. Pain Train being knocked down as she heads through the defense, but that is not going to stop her. She pops right back up, and away she goes. Made a good try at pulling a high block penalty. May or may not have been deserved, but she definitely looked a little shaken in the head there. She is going to keep trying to make that pass and make those points. A spectacular defensive effort. Both defensive lines seem to have broken up, and it's more about individual efforts now. Pain Train, it doesn't look like she has the energy left. She's looking very tired.
Yeah. Almost thought she had it there, and she had run them to the edge of the pack, but they knocked her out and had to run her back.
And that is a long recycle. That does not help you if you're tired.
No, those run backs really, really kill, especially when you get a long one like that. Good work by Knocker Walker on that one.
Well, but this time the Pain Train makes it through. She spins her opponent around, and away she heads, and she is going to call it off. That's enough for her as the power jam ends. So now with the power jam over, who do we see fielded here? The Sniperess is coming back in, and Edith Path is being fielded for the Daisy Cutters. She has not been fielded as a jammer very often, but she's had a reasonable amount of success here. At least she has not been totally broken by the defense.
That's true. Odd question, though. Do you still call it fielding if we're on cement? There's no field. I'm always confused by that terminology.
Well, you know, if you send soldiers into a city, there's no fields there either, but you're still fielding them. So why not here?
Fair enough, fair enough. Looks like Edith Path trying to break away at the front of the pack there.
But a very solid effort from the Lumbersmacks defense. Who is that is giving her such a miserable time? I believe that's Liz Naylor, 12XU.
Liz Naylor, very, very hard blocker to work against. but it looks like she picked herself up a penalty and is heading to the box.
And again, we're in the odd situation. Edith Paff has the lead jam, but she is not the one leading in terms of position. 50 Cal is making points despite Edith's possession of the lead jam. Cal spun out as she approaches the back of the pack. Edith up at the front, trying to shove her way through the last of that line. She is doing everything she can to make some points, and there she has it. A pass for her. Sniper's being slowed down quite a bit on this pass. Edith Paff comes in low and hard and just slides right by everyone.
That was quite possibly the cleanest pass we've seen with the Capital City Rollers. They're definitely starting to pick up their socks towards the end of this. Maybe we'll be seeing a solid powerhouse out of them in the second half.
It's possible. After all, the Daisy Cutters are not the only ones that are tired. And that's it. Edith Paff has had enough. She is going to head for a quick sit down on the bench and send out her replacement. Whoever that is, they're going to have to face off against Valentino, who has been by far the most successful single jammer this bout.
Looks like we've got Epileptic coming up, number 408 for the Capital City Rollers, going up against Tootsie Valentino. Fun fact about Epileptic, she was actually a ref right up until quite recently. She still will ref few games here and there, but for the Capital City Rollers, she is now officially a travel team player.
And Penny Trader and her cohorts send Valentino to the back of the pack, but not for very long. She rips right through him on the second try. And that is another lead jam for Valentino.
Epileptic goes round the inside and just sneaks by.
If the Daisy Cutter defense can hold for a bit, she stands a solid chance of catching up. She is going to make contact right now.
Penny Trader getting caught a little bit there.
What do you call that? Stop the tomahawk? Tomahawk, yeah.
Valentino makes a run through the pack with the Daisy Cutters defense all spread out. They're looking a little disorganized these last couple of passes. Black Eyed Candy trying to anchor one side of the line.
The less you got, the harder it is to work with that defense. You've got so much track to cover and so little coverage.
And it does not help when you're outnumbered for the helpers either.
No, but it looks like they've beefed up the numbers. They're holding her back a little bit. She still breaks free, but they put up a solid defense there.
It's true. Black Eyed Candy is running a good show out there. She's doing her level best to make sure it doesn't happen. Penny Trader is also out there, and she has also been a very successful blocker. Another pass for Valentino. Another batch of points. They are really running the score up here. Oh, and a smoking big hit puts Valentino to the ground on the inside of the track, and she is cycled all the way back.
Epileptic accidentally cut. She just slides around and just happens to cut just before they call it off.
She's looking a little shaken. That was a very twisty hit that she took. She did not lose her skates, but she was definitely not in the normal human shape for that one.
No.
So to take advantage of this power jam, out comes 45, Burnin' Rubber for the Muddy River Roller Lumber Smacks.
Looks like a little confusion there. The whistle went and nobody moved.
And Missy Missile is up as a pivot instead of as a jammer, trying to hold off this power jam. Burnin' Rubber comes around, contact with the back of the pack. She meets a four-person wall. And Killer Watts, who was previously badly shaken, forces her to the outside.
We're seeing some heavy blocker-on-blocker action with Liz Naylor and Lucien Lawless in the back.
And when they decide to go at each other, that can only mean trouble for somebody.
The amount of pressure going on between them when they're at each other, you could develop diamonds in there.
Burning Rubber makes another lap and another batch of points. You can see Missy Missile moving her head around trying to hunt down that jammer. That is obviously her job. She's jammer hunting today. Burning Rubber makes a pass, and as she breaks out, she calls for a cheer from her bench.
Looks like Epileptic's back in this. She's doing a panty pass off to Lil Missy Missile.
That's probably a result of how she got hurt on the way out of the last jam.
Doesn't seem to be going well for Lil Missy Missile getting that helmet panty on, though.
No, but that is a difficult maneuver to pull off. It's not one you see very often for exactly that reason.
Well, that little bit of a hesitation that held up gave Moncton all the time in the world to wrap themselves around her.
Burning Rubber just blasts through the daisy cutter wall. No chance for them to stop her there, and she calls it off. That's enough points for her this time round. Epileptic is limping off the track. She is definitely not looking like she's in good shape. But good on her for coming out and sticking out that jam.
A lot of heart there with Epileptic.
Well, you'd certainly have to be if you were once a ref. You cannot be a thin-skinned ref for sure.
No, most definitely not. Most definitely not. And that's half, folks. Make sure you stick around. We've got more Derby action coming back. Thanks for kicking around. I'm Doc Rogers.
I'm the Creep Show.
It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about roller derby.
ZZ Slop with Fog City Rollers, and you're watching Canuck Derby TV.
It's not true.
All right, here we are at the Oval, host venue of Flat Track Fever here in Calgary, Alberta. My name is Dump Truck. Been hanging out in the city all day long. It's been a lot of fun. And you walk in the building and the fun doesn't stop there either. You look here, I mean, there's a bouncy house. That's amazing. And apparently, there's a lot of fun being had in here. Hey, kids. Hey, come outside real quick. God, they're crazy. Oh, my God. What are you doing?
It's a bouncy castle at Flat Track Fever!
He's supposed to be working.
Pixie sticks. Pixie sticks.
How'd you like your first call? Nice work, by the way.
Oh, it was really fun. It was really good.
Yeah, I lost my keys. I'll be right back.
So, how do you feel about having the bouncy cows here at Flat Track Fever?
Oh my God, it's so awesome!
I lost my keys.
All right, there you go. Somebody needs to find their parent.
It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about roller derby.
Welcome back here to the coverage, Canuck Derby TV's coverage of the Sleigh of Fun Day. We're currently watching the second half of the Muddy River Rollers versus the Capital City Rollers. We've got the Daisy Cutters versus the Lumber Smacks.
It's quite the arrangement with the various levels of travel team and league. So sometimes you can get a lot of names for one team.
Most definitely, most definitely. We're currently coming into this second half. We've got the Muddy River Rollers leading 252, the Capital City Rollers 48. But going into the second half, who knows what could happen?
Definitely, if the Daisy Cutters have had time to sit down and do a little strategizing, they may come up with something a little bit more powerful.
Exactly, and I mean, really a good couple handfuls of power jams, which is very possible. You could flip that score.
Absolutely, and with both teams just dog-tired, these will be their final game of the day for both of them. Anything can happen. Anything could fall apart.
Nice part about that is this is their last game, so they are holding nothing back for a game coming up. Hey, look at that. The lovely mascot of the Lumbersmacks, none other than Smack the Beaver.
Out there making an appearance, and has been around a few times today.
Not as lively as Smack the Beaver is usually.
Oh yeah, is she a little more jumping around as a general rule?
Yeah, but I think the early morning has gotten to Smack as much as it gotten to us. It looks like the action is kicking off.
Tootsie Valentino taking both a lead jam as a jammer for the Lumbersmacks.
And she's starting this half off with a power jam. Solid way to put more numbers on the board.
It's food on the table, that's for sure, in terms of scoring.
Oh. We saw a solid hit thrown there by the Capital City Rollers.
Which also earns the Daisy Cutters a penalty?
No.
She is headed straight for the dressing room.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough blow. Daisy Cutters have enough troubles without losing players.
That may have just been an equipment issue, though. We'll let you know what's going on with that as soon as we know what's going on with it.
Valentino making short work of the shorter blocker line. It's hard to hold her back at the best of times.
And it looks like we've got Liz Naylor heading back to the pack, fresh from that penalty box.
Valentino makes another pass. It is all they can do to slow her down even slightly. That's Vintage Virginia doing their best to keep her out of the front of the pack.
It looks like the little Missy Missile's back on the track.
But as she has throughout this bout, she is having a really hard time with the Lumbersmacks defense.
They've just got such a solid defense up there. Their walls are, I mean, they must be from China because the walls they build are just amazing.
Yeah, true enough. And Missile is not the kind of girl that takes frustration lightly. You can see she really wants to just chew right through them. And that's enough for Valentino. She makes her points, calls it off. And that leaves Missile to wander off and be replaced by, looks like Liz. Liz is coming out again. Or sorry, Edith Paff. Edith Paff is going to be replacing her on the jam line.
And we've got Snipers up there as well, so this should be an interesting run through.
Snipers was flagging a little bit by the end of that half. We'll see how much fuel she's got left in the tank for this one.
Well, that 20-minute break should have given her a little bit of a rest up, and
yeah, it sure looks like it. She is right back out in front with that lead jam right off the bat. But Edith Paff has made a pass. She comes back around to see if she can score some points. Was she in time to make one at least? I don't know. 50 cal called that off pretty quick.
Snipers has really been working hard. Hopefully she's got a little left in her for tomorrow.
Yeah, she's going to need it because if things continue the way they are, she is going to be in the championship bout with the rest of her team. That one's for all the marbles, and that is going to be a hard-fought bout.
Looks like we got ourselves an official timeout. We'll let you know what's going on with that officially. In the meantime, we might as well remind you about Salter Watercrafts, the highest quality inflatable boats at the most affordable prices. Salter is really, they're just fantastic. If you don't believe me, check them out, salterboat.com.
Oh my goodness. They're redoing the gear check. It looks like they stopped play in order to deal with some equipment issues, and they're going to check everybody and make sure they are up to snuff.
And speaking of gear, big shout out to Bad Girlfriend Skates, because this weekend only you can get yourself $50 off custom Antics or Rydale skates. all you have to do is make sure you order by Monday at badgirlfriendskates.com.
And also, speaking of equipment, a big thanks to Pivot Star. They are a major sponsor of this tournament. Not only have they put a lot of time and effort into promoting the sport, but also they are sponsoring an entire set of 20 away jerseys valued at $900 for the winner of the Slay of Funny. That is a big prize. And you can bet every team wants to get their paws on those.
Big thanks to Lulu for those at pivotstar.com. I really don't know what's better, the bragging rights or the jerseys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Burning rubber out there to take a jam for the Lumber Smacks.
Looks like we got the Pain Train out there for the Capital City Rollers.
Oh, and they both come out hard, but it's Burning Rubber with the edge for a lead jam. They make a little contact on the backstretch.
We're seeing some jammer on jammer action that Moncton seems to be a strong fan of.
Yeah, and not least because when she gets knocked down like that, Burning Rubber gets right back up and moseys on her way.
Most definitely. Penny Trader, though, putting up a good fight at the front of the pack.
Yeah, she has provided some very solid defensive action for the Daisy Cutters. What they have had, they mostly have got from her. And yeah, Burning Rubber makes another clean pass right through. Not a lot of resistance there. Meanwhile, Pain Train is being run back to the back of the pack.
Oh, Pain Train runs back to the back, and Burning Rubber actually knocking her out and running her back herself.
Yeah, well, when you've got a lap up on the enemy jammer and the lead, why the heck not?
Oh, exactly.
We saw that a little earlier, actually, from a returning name to this particular area. That's Rainbow Bright. She demonstrated that technique, and I think these girls were pretty happy with it. They're all going to give it a try now.
And it looks like that is forced a penalty on Pain Train, heading her to the box, but just like in physics where no two particles can occupy the same space, no two jammers can occupy the same box, so it is now flipped to a power jam for the Capital City Rollers. Just what they need to get themselves a little higher up on this board.
And with a full blocking line, it's going to be pretty crowded out there, but Pain Train is giving it her all to make some points. And there she is. That brief power jam resulted in Burning Rubber stepping out and calling it off as quickly as she could in order to keep the Daisy Cutters from getting any more points. That's a result of the way the jammer penalties work. If one penalty is real short, the other one will be too.
And don't forget to send us your pics of your viewing parties. We know you're out there, we know you're watching, and we know most of you have smartphones, so you can take those photos and email them to us right here at CanuckDerbyTV@gmail.com. Looks like we've got Epileptic dancing along the jam line, trying to make her way through.
And sandwiched in between her and the rest of the blockers is Valentino, but she finally slips three and is away with the lead jam. Epileptic, meanwhile, gets run to the back of the pack, and she's going to have a hard time getting through. She's taken down again. Meanwhile, Valentino making another easy lap.
Knocker Walker really working hard on her.
You betcha.
Looks like Killer Watts is heading to the penalty box for a direction of play penalty.
Getting a little enthusiastic about blocking that jammer coming in behind her. Wow, and that's Nail Destroyer sending Epileptic to the back of the pack one more time. And also helping her jammer through. Another batch of points for Valentino.
Looked like Liz Naylor went in for a hit and actually got driven down.
Well, that's the danger you run when you go up against some of these blockers. Valentino doing a little in, a little out. She made a quick move with her hands that might have been mistaken for trying to call it off. I don't think that was part of her plan.
Epileptic, they just tried to run her back. They didn't get her back there too far, but she is still jammed up in that pack. Tootsie Valentino goes round the outside, though.
Yeah, the Daisy Cutters are paying more attention to their jammer having trouble than they are to their own defensive line.
It's hard to split your attention to both those because you've got to play a defensive, offensive game. There's no question. Looks like we've got, is that Burning Rubber sitting in the box, prepping up to come out for Jam? It looks like we've got snipers up on the line, though, so we know who's coming out next.
And no, that's Missy Missile is jamming for the Daisy Cutters. She's forced to the outside, but pops right back in. Oh, a hard low block. No, they're not going to call it that way, but that's what it was. She tripped over somebody. That is a hard way to go down. Missy Missile sent to the back of the pack again. But she breaks free, and she is ready to come up on the back of the pack. A little bit ahead of her is Burning Rubber. Oh, and it looks like we've got a penalty.
Looks like Sneaky Cat's heading to the box.
And that's, pardon me, that's not Burning Rubber. That's the 50 cal Snipers making another pass through the pack. All kinds of points for her. Missy Missile pushing hard to keep up. And that is enough. They kill that jam, and they're ready to set up for another. Edith Paff stepping up to the line. And there's Burning Rubber. She's ready to go.
We can see Lime pacing on the line there. Seeing a lot of discussion on the track, both between the referees, the coaches, and the players. Up in the back, you can actually see 709 train, or getting ready for their game.
Burning Rubber takes a solid hit right off the bat, but she keeps her skates, and away she goes. She picks up the lead jam one more time. Edith Paff, meanwhile, is also trying to get some points. She has made her pass. Both defensive lines form up and are ready to take contact. Oh, a multiplayer pileup on the backstretch. Leaves Edith Paff cruising around by herself, catching up. And yep, that's enough for Burning Rubber. She gets up, clears the last couple of points, and calls it off.
Looks like that's common denominator heading to the box for the Capital City Rollers.
Yeah, as they get more tired, they're bound to take more penalties. It's getting a little bit more undisciplined out there. Oh, but here is a new face toeing the line. I do not believe I've seen Sneaky Cat try to jam yet.
I think we did see her once a little bit earlier. Let's see if she's true to her name there.
Up on her toe stops, trying to make a push. Doesn't look like she's having a lot of success. And she's being held up. Well, Valentino makes another pass. Valentino has been racking up some kind of points for Moncton. Sneaky Cat pushed out of bounds and cycled back again. Nope, she made a misstep. She is going to be called for cutting.
And that's going to flip that power jam. Bringing Tootsie Valentino back on the track. We hardly even noticed her get off that track.
Which, of course, means that Sneaky Cat also comes back on very quickly. Both of them make contact at the same time, but it's Valentino getting the better of that. Poor Sneaky Cat is getting tossed around like Bulldog's got a hold of her. A lot of motion from the pack. Not as static as it could be, given how uneven the game is.
Muddy River Rollers looked like they were trying to drive her back. Sneaky Cat there, but her teammates actually did a fantastic play there, driving the Muddy River Rollers forward.
Oh, and a little balancing act from Sneaky Cat keeps her in play. She avoids the full brunt of a hit, and she is ready to keep going. Oh, but she's been called out now.
Looks like she got herself a track cut.
Not quite as sneaky as she wanted to be. Valentino's still out there, though, breaking through the pack and making points like mad.
With every pass, she's driving this point differential further and further apart.
Penny Trader did her very level best to keep her in on that last pass, but it was not enough.
Looks like we've got ourselves an official timeout. They're going to be reviewing a call there, as we were just informed by our little ref go-between there. This official timeout being brought to you by, well, it's being brought to you by us here at Canuck Derby TV. And you know what? You're sitting there enjoying this game on this official timeout. It's a wonderful time to tell your friends about it. Get on that Facebook. Get on Twitter. Just open that other browser window and let the world know what you're doing, that you're listening to Doc Rogers and Creep Show here on Canuck Derby TV, letting you know what's going on. It's fun. Share it around. And don't forget, hashtag SlayAFunday2. That's the hashtag for all your tweets, and it's tweets, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the kids are calling them today,
Yeah.
aren't they?
I think so. I'm mildly socially networking inept. I always wanted to call them twerts.
Well, that has some poor connotations, but you could throw a W in there and make everybody really unhappy. Better not to insult them, I think.
No, maybe. And while you're at that, you may as well send us the pics of your viewing party. We know you're out there. We know you're watching. We can see the numbers. Send in those pictures to canuckderbytv@gmail.com.
Absolutely. We want to see you watching us.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Hey, and there is none other than Roy Crawford, Derby photographer extraordinaire. He's at most of the games. The guy does some great work. Definitely, if you're online, check the guy out. The pictures he'll have from this game will show you angles that you'll never see any other way. The guy gets really deep into the action.
That is absolutely the way to go, but we are still sitting waiting on a timeout here. The usual dance party taking place on the line while they wait.
And you know what? If it's raining like it is here where you're at, you may need to get yourself some watercraft. Salter Watercraft is the highest quality inflatable boats at the most affordable prices. Salter, it's really affordable freedom. You want to find out more, check out salterboat.com. Because if the rain keeps up, we're going to need something to float away on.
Yeah, if you need a counter to, what is that, post-tropical storm, Andrea? Is that what we're calling her now?
Yeah, pretty well. Looks like we've got Barbariana Vel up on the jam line, dancing away. This official timeout has become the official timeout party zone on the track.
And Barbariani?
I just roll with Barbariana.
Yeah, she has not been fielded as a jammer until now. She is going to go out there and see what she can do to maintain the differential.
So that official time out has been downgraded to an official review, and they just needed to do some clarification.
So yeah, Barbariani is taking the power jam here. That left the Daisy Cutters jammer in the box. And she's doing a very passable job of cutting through and making some points.
Just decimating the blockers for the Capital City Rollers. They're putting up a good fight, but it's definitely it's a hard thing to do. I mean, they've both been playing hard all day long.
And the Daisy Cutters have had the more recent game as well. Moncton has had a little bit longer time to rest up.
Most definitely.
And Barbariani is calling it off. That's enough points for her. She has enjoyed her time as a jammer. We may see her again. Who knows?
So with just a little over 15 minutes left in this half, we're seeing Muddy River Rollers leading 369 to the Capital City Rollers 64.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but wasn't Moncton the winner last year as well?
Moncton did take home the first place for the Slay of Fun Day. So it'll be interesting to see how they finish up here and see who they go up against tomorrow.
Not really surprising that they're such a strong team then.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing a lot of action on the track here.
Here comes Sneaky Cat. Her penalty is done. She is handing off the panty. And, in the handoff, Pain Train gets clobbered by the other jammer.
Knocker Walker just destroying Pain Train there.
But to her credit, she is right back up and working hard at getting through the pack.
Pain Train's like a weeble wobble out there. No matter how hard you knock her down, she just pops right back up.
It may be that not so much that she dishes out the pain, but she's willing to take it. There she is pushing and shoving at the front. She wants those points some kind of bad. And she might get them because looks like Knocker Walker has pulled a penalty.
Yeah. And that looks like the Capital City Rollers are on a power jam. Let's see if they can grab the points here.
Pain Train coasts in, slows up, looks for a hole, makes it on the outside, and away she goes.
She rolled round the outside on just a hair of... Oh, I guess she didn't quite have enough of a hair.
No, cut the margin a little thin there, I guess.
She's heading to the penalty box.
Knocker Walker is already back out and trying hard to make sure that this point differential stays exactly where she left it.
And it looks like we've got Black Eye Candy heading to the penalty box as well for the Capital City Rollers.
Oh, that's going to be hard on them. As Knocker Walker makes another pass, they are going to miss Black Eye Candy. She is a staple of their blocking line. And, yep, they pay for it right away. Knocker Walker just glides through like the pack doesn't exist.
And it looks like we've got Coach Lime calling time. This timeout being brought to you by Pivot Star. Check out their new line of team uniforms at pivotstar.com. They're also the big prize supporter at the end of this. The winners of the Slay of Fun Day are going to receive an entire set of 20 white away jerseys valued at over $900. And that's all thanks to Lulu at pivotstar.com. So make sure you log on and check out those guys. They're huge supporters of roller derby, and really rightly so. It's a fantastic sport.
It most certainly is. But some of these cash-strapped teams could really use a prize like that.
So we'll let you know what's going on in this timeout as soon as we know what's going on in this timeout. Yeah. Lime just, I don't know. We see him at every game here. I don't know whether he's decided to move here, whether people are actually paying to have him come out here, or whether there's just multiple clones of him just showing up everywhere. That's my big theory, is Lime has cloned himself and just places them strategically throughout Canada.
That's a distinct possibility, I'm sure. But he has certainly worn a number of coaching shirts at this tournament. He has coached, I think, in every single game.
Nope.
Not the first one.
Not the first one. He is here coaching for 2 leagues. I do know he is coaching for the Capital City Rollers, and I want to say he's also coaching for the
Red River.
Yeah, Red Rock and Rollers. Yeah,
okay.
Red Rock and Rollers, yeah.
Red Rock and Rollers. Pardon me. Lots of rivers, lots of rocking, lots of rolling.
There's way too many rollers.
No, there's not enough. Rollers, we want you to come out. Come out
and do your
roller derby.
We want more
teams.
teams.
Not too many of you.
We need less names with roller in them. If you're looking at starting up a roller derby league, might I encourage names that do not include roller at the end. Try to be a little unique and distinctive.
That will absolutely give us a little less tongue-tying and a little bit more promotion for you.
Yeah. It's the same as if you're trying to pick a derby name. The funner it is to say, the more likely I am to say it.
There you go. You go. Instruction from the master.
Yeah, Knocker Walker, for example. It's a great one. I say it over and over again. H2O No was another great one. or any of the ones that have Ramones in it. That's a fun one because it gives you so much to work with.
That would be Joy Ramone from Halifax, is probably the only Ramone here right now.
Joycey Ramone from St. John. She's not on the travel team, but it's another one that it's always fun to work with. Mostly because of the announcer game that we have going between me and Jesus, seeing who can get the most Ramones references in a single game. It's kind of like the official game.
Does that become a drinking game for the audience then? Is that how that works?
If they were in on it.
Ah.
So it looks like we've got a zebra huddle going on. When zebras are huddled in their natural habitat, I guess they call them a herd?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe armored zebras like these ones are a little bit different.
It's true.
I think huddle describes them pretty well. You could just use that.
Yeah, it's a huddle of zebras. And if you're hanging around, huddling around a TV, watching this, you should take a picture and send it in to us at canuckderbytv@gmail.com. We want those pictures. We want to be able to put them up so that everybody can see them. It's a good time.
Just like being at Derby in general. So it looks like the zebra huddle has broken up. They're explaining to everybody what the result is, and we should be back on our way pretty soon.
All right, so we just got a official call on what the official call was all about. The timeout was all about. It was a challenge based on an illegal reentry. That illegal reentry was overturned. That's the extent of the information I got there for that.
The fact of the entry itself was overturned, or the call on it?
The call on an illegal entry, the challenge of the call was overturned. They don't make this easy with the language. You got to be a lawyer to quite understand all of it.
Would it be fair to say that perhaps Lime has some training in that area?
Well, yeah, I do believe it was him challenging the illegal entry, and that illegal entry was just basically said, "Hey, we didn't see it. It's not a problem." That's the thing. If a ref doesn't see it, it didn't happen.
I think they both self-destruct if Lime is running two teams. That would be an interesting challenge to see for sure.
I'm kind of hoping that doesn't come up, that we have Lime coaching both teams. I would think that'd be a fantastic conflict of interest. Yeah, we could have some sort of odd
a singularity develops on the track or something. And
he just kind of hangs out in the penalty box yelling at both of them. I have this vision of him just spinning in circles screaming.
Yelling at himself. That would be an interesting thing. So here we go. It's Power Jam time. V8, the Dodge and Charger, is going to be taking this one for the Lumbersmacks.
And it looks like she got her no pass. It's not a penalty, but it's just not a completely legal pass.
Which means she has to make her non-scoring pass again in order to earn her status and the ability to score.
No, actually what it means is she just can't pick up lead jammer.
And here comes Pain Train back out to see if perhaps maybe she can shed some light on the situation. She goes down hard, pops right back up, but that costs you every time it happens to you.
It's those little jarring moments. They wear you down quickly.
Dodge and Charger is looking very fresh. She is coming right up to the back of the pack, like it was the first game of the day.
I wish it wasn't the first game. That was miserable, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, fair enough. Black Eyed Candy is anchoring a solid line. They're holding Dodger this time. Pain Train does a little skip, hop, and through, and away she goes. She's making points. She's good with that. In this odd no-lead jammer situation, they're going to go the distance.
Pain Train's trying to call it off.
Ooh, that might not be a good move. In any event, nobody seems to be saying anything about it, so we're carrying on. bet he's not. So General Malaise, again, someone who has jammed very rarely today, is taking it for the Lumber Smacks. Epileptic giving it another try for the Daisy Cutters. A little psych out there at the beginning. Everybody kind of eyeballs each other.
Epileptic trying to push her into the pack. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Ooh. Good work by the Capital City Rollers holding back. I believe that is General Malaise, did you say?
Yeah, General Malaise. She does eventually break out and get herself the lead jam. But both teams were trying to bridge at the same time. Neither one of them wanted to give up on blocking the other jammer.
Looks like we've got Penetrator heading to the penalty box.
Epileptic is being forced to run back to the back of the pack after being blocked, and that leaves General Malaise to make another lap.
Brandy Swifter is just holding on to Epileptic like crazy, just not letting her go.
She is being given a very, very hard time.
I don't know if you heard that out there, but Brandy Swifter just took a heck of a fall, and it just rocked the floor.
Yeah, when they go down hard. And General Malaise makes another approach, but the Daisy Cutters are not looking too unified on that particular pass.
Those solid hits on the ground, it's kind of it's one of those fun double-edged swords. The better the surface is to skate on, the more it hurts when you hit it.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you ask for. Can we skate on this stuff? Oh, that's not too good.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it looks like we've got Brandy Swifter. She seems to be all right after that big hit. I honestly, if I hit the ground that hard on my behind, I would not be able to sit down.
Yeah, fair enough. She's actually looking in better shape than a lot of people on the bench. Epileptic sure went off hard. She is exhausted.
Ooh.
Another lead jam for number 11, Barbariani. But she took a couple hits on the way through, but she's making some points now.
Looks like Edepath not too far behind her, though.
No, a quick jump back in to try and maintain some position.
She just
blocking all over the place.
She just scooted around there and got a little ahead of Barbarian there.
You bet. And Barbariana has had enough of that. She is going to call it.
Barbariana, for not seeing her early on, she is jamming very well in this second half.
With the current score being 421-70, I'm sure the Daisy Cutters now have a target score in mind. They may not be winning this one, but they sure are not going to take it lying down.
No, that's the big thing, man. Doesn't matter how far your point score gets away, so long as you're beating yourself out there, that's the key.
Speaking of never giving up, it's little Missy Missile out there once again, and she is working hard right at the front of the pack.
Ooh.
But a hard block takes her out, and that leaves Dodge and Charger not with the lead jam.
Nope. And
for a cut.
No, it looks like number A55, I'd hit that, gets hit for blocking out of bounds. Blocking outside the pack. She ran to the front of that engagement zone and just kept going.
And here's the reliable Penny Trader at the back of the pack, making sure Dodge and Charger has a real hard time breaking back in.
She ran her actually well outside the pack and just kept going, and Dodge and Charger fell for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that pulls Missy Missile right back up for a whole lap, actually.
Sometimes with running them back, it's not about being right, it's just being convincing.
Absolutely.
Looks like Penny Trader's heading to the penalty box.
I guess you can get enthusiastic with that strategy, too. Dodge and Charger, a quick in and out. Makes a batch of points. Missy Missile, not so quick, but she is making them.
Yep.
Big hits, and she's going to call it off. She had lead.
And hey, a big shout out to Noah Backtalk there with the Vancouver Murder watching this here tonight. Not only is the Vancouver Murder watching, we actually have the St. John Wheelmen. They've got a table up top. They're actually watching, the only men's team in Atlantic Canada. So by default, we also have the #1 team in Atlantic Canada here in the presence. Now, the one thing we'd like to see is a coast-to-coast challenge. If Noah Backtalk wants to show up with the Murder and go up against the best men's team in Atlantic Canada, we'd love to have him.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm from the West Coast. I'd love to facilitate that if I possibly could.
That would be fantastic. And if they want to get a hold of us, they know where to find us. Just look up St. John Men's Roller Derby. Google it. We're there.
You betcha. Now, that has been some hard blocking action here for this jam. I think that's General Malaise making another pass through, and Pain Train.
Only a few minutes left in this half, with just under 5 minutes left. We're looking at Muddy River Rollers 437 to the Capital City Rollers 86.
And Barbarian coming out to jam for the Lumber Smacks again. She's put in a pretty good showing in the late game here.
Most definitely.
And Edith Paff, once again, she has turned out to be a reliable jammer. As much as the Daisy Cutters have had one, she's been it. And yeah, she picks up a lead jam this time around. She's got to be happy with that one. Yep, that's right. The supporters for the Daisy Cutters are just going bananas watching her try and earn those points. And Barbarian has broken out. She can make some points too.
Capital City Rollers putting up a solid wall.
Oh, yeah. And forcing Barb right to cycle to the back of the pack again. Meanwhile, Edith Paff has made a lap. Is she going to lap that jammer, do you think?
No, it looks like she got free. Edith Paff heading through, trying to grab some more points. Big thing for them is to break that century mark.
Yeah, they're not calling it off, which they absolutely could do to try and hold the other team back. But I think they just want to collect some points of their own.
That's the big thing. I mean, and look at that. Bam. Grand slam right there for Edith Paff.
Yeah, absolutely. And who's back there forcing the other jammer to the back? Penny Trader, of course, out of the box and making life tough once again. She has been a big part of the Daisy Cutters defense.
Daisy Cutters are not letting go of her. They are just on her and on her. They're like mosquitoes when you go out to the camp for the weekend. They just will not let go.
Yeah, there she goes. She breaks through for another batch of points. She's tired, but she's enjoying it.
Capital City Rollers breaking the century mark on that one, and that's it for that jam. We've just got a little over 2 minutes left in this. This could be the last jam coming up.
Dodge and Charger out to take it for the Lumber Smacks, and Pain Train coming out to make the Daisy Cutters proud again.
And if you're as excited as the crowd is here, you should be taking photos of yourself at that viewing party, as excited as you are, and sending them in to us here at CanuckDerbyTV@gmail.com.
Absolutely. Show us your best cheer. Show us the wave going around your living room. We'd love to see it. A little talking to from the referees. Penalty goes out. But as Dodge and Charger has the lead jam, she's going to deny him an easy points.
Looks like that penalty was for Capital City Rollers, 1755, Acadian Axelbrod.
Pain Train having a rough time, but she finally breaks free. Dodge and Charger shoved to the back of the pack. And the Daisy Cutters wall is doing their best to hold on to her.
They were actually doing a fairly good job. They ran her back there.
And Dodge and Charger calls it. So we are going to fit at least one more jam in.
Most definitely, most definitely. Good chance, though, it will be the last jam.
General Malaise coming out to take it for the Lumber Smacks.
And it looks like Ida Path is up there for the Capital City Rollers.
She pulled a big one out last time around. Let's see if she can do it again. Well, looks like we're going for another widespread retro start. We've seen a few of those.
Looks like we've got General Malaise taking that lead jammer position in what could be the last jam of this game.
Coming up hard, Edith Path not having an easy time. It could be a lapper. Nope, she breaks free.
She's fighting hard, but she is earning every inch of that track she's taken.
And Malaise is seeing a little bit harder time on the point pass than she was on the initial one. Forced out once again.
That looks like it may be it. We're just going to wait for the official word on it. And Semirkle calls it. That is it, folks. Muddy River Rollers take it 452 to the Capital City Rollers 104.
So that puts Muddy River up in the championship game tomorrow. That'll be coming what time?
That game should be, let me just double check here, that would be 3 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be seeing the Muddy River Rollers. And I do believe we're going to be seeing the Capital City Daisy Cutters heading to the 11 o'clock slot going up against the Halifax Harbor Grudges.
No, I don't think so, because they should be playing a golf against someone in the other pool. They will probably take the 1 o'clock game.
Oh, I apologize there. I'm terrible at these schedule things. They seem to change them on me every year.
After every bout?
Every tournament, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. But keeping it straight is the good thing.
Yeah, most definitely. And thank you guys very much for tuning in. Make sure you stick around. We've got more games coming up. We've got up next the Shipyard Sirens from St. John going up against the 709 Jam Jams. The last time both these guys played, it was a really, really tight game. So you're definitely going to want to be checking that out. That's going to be 8 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sirens, that could be the game that guarantees them the spot in the championship game. Or it could end up, if they don't get the point from that, then there's going to be a three-way tie for who goes into that championship game. What's going to break the tie on that one?
Not too sure, but I'm sure somebody will tell me that knows the things I'm supposed to know. All right.
So, high fives all around for everyone. Thanks for coming in and watching.
Yeah, and we know over this next little bit you're going to continue on watching, waiting for the next game to start out. That's a great time to take those viewing party picks. So definitely send those into us. You got time before the next game, and don't forget, tell your friends we're live. It's going to be fantastic. Tell them to hit us up, CanuckDerbyTV.com, and let everybody know on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Doc Rogers, and with me today has been Creepshow. I guess we got a few more minutes here. We're just going to talk a little bit about men's roller derby. Currently, as it stands, there is only one men's derby team here. That would be the St. John Wheelmen. They were started about 2 years ago. They've only got a couple of games under their belts, mostly because everybody is really far away from us. You can actually see the back of one of our announcers there, the Gangler. Me here in the red jacket. I'm also on the team. It's a great time, and if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, I'm a guy, I'd like to get involved in derby, I would encourage you to go out and just start a league. Get some skates and start going to town. And to any other men's team out there watching this, St. John, we will take you anytime, hopefully in our city, because we've never had a home game, but if you've got one that you want to play in your hometown, let us know. We'll see what we can work out. We'd love to play. The more we can play, the better. The more we play, the more exposure we get, the more people want to play. That's the key out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And never think you're too far out to play. Never think you're too far away to play. Teams from Europe have come over here to Canada. If they can make the trip, anybody can do it. Strap those skates on and away you go.
Most definitely, and definitely check out our website. Just Google it, St. John Men's Roller Derby. It's one of the top searches. Find us on Facebook. And you know what? Heck, my name's Mike Rogers, Doc Rogers here. Find me on Facebook. Add me. I'll be your friend. We can hang out. It'll be cool. It'll be all cyber hanging. I'll let you know more about our men's roller derby team. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, Derby's a good time no matter who is playing. You come to tournaments like this, and everybody just has a blast.
All right, so we're going off to break. Thank you guys very much for sticking around. We're going to be going to the Fog City Rollers Shipyard Sirens and the 709 Jams here in about, I'd say, 20 minutes. We'll be back. Sit tight, folks.
It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about